My name is Michael. I taught for about around 10 years in total, and for me, I taught in Japan, Korea, Thailand, Taiwan, Oman, Scotland, Turkey, and Northern Ireland for a bit. Now, in regards to what made me want to teach English abroad, is a lot of it had to do with growing up in a small town and then going to university kind of just outside where I grew up. After I graduated, I really didn't know where I wanted to go or what I wanted to do, but I saw that a lot of my friends who I grew up with were traveling overseas, and I knew that was something that I wanted to do. And my best friend, who was living in Hawaii at the time, kind of suggested that we should probably look at teaching overseas. And since both my parents were teachers, it kind of seemed quite natural for me to do. And after we made all the arrangements and went through the interview process, we ended up teaching in Japan, which was my first contract overseas. And it really was my first experience with culture shock. I traveled before, but not really extensively. But having the opportunity to know that you're spending at least a year in a country, it could be very interesting for the first 3 months, kind of getting your feet grounded and getting used to living overseas. But that's part of what makes it so special to do so. And in regards to where I'd like to teach next, most likely I'd like to spend some time in Central Asia. I do a lot of climbing in my free time and did a lot when I was living abroad. And it's not only is it an interesting part of the world, but it offers some world-class climbing. So for me, it seems like an excellent spot. Now, in regards to what was my favorite memory abroad, I would have to say that I spent a lot of time camping in the desert and in the mountains of Oman when I was out climbing. And pretty much every time I'd wake up each morning, you would have camels walking through the campsite or herds of goats or camel herders. So when you woke up, you kind of felt like you were always on this grand adventure, even though it was something you're doing every other weekend. So yeah, for me, that was kind of the memories that stick with me the most.